Warning, this video will contain full game spoilers for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It is a very good game, and I highly recommend it. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a very stable game with no glitches at all, and we're going to use that stability to manage to get Torch to the Shriek fight. For that, however, we have to go through some glitches first. The first trick for today is feather jumps. To do these while standing still, hold the glide button while you're on the ground, then when you jump, release the glide button and jump again. You'll know you have done this successfully if Ori does a normal jump in the air and not a double jump. This can also be done while moving, and for that, jump, then hold glide right after, release glide, and jump again. Releasing glide is crucial to both of these, because if you don't, you'll just end up doing a normal double/triple jump and you won't really get any extra height. Don't worry if you don't get these on first try, because these are pretty hard to get consistently. The true star of the show, however, is Bash Invincibility. The main requirement for this glitch is to not have Ophr's water breath ability. In the water, you're going to get close to an enemy while you run out of breath, and as you drown, hold Bash. Don't release it, hold it. Congrats! You are now immune to everything. This can lead to some pretty amazingly broken results. A really important thing to know about this invincibility glitch is that it resets when you bash again. And if you reload your main save, everything else is fine. Time for the long part, which is the setup. We're gonna be doing this run in easy mode for the sake of demonstration. We're gonna be playing as normal until we get 200 Spirit Light. The game intends us to get Torch, then lose Torch, then get Torch again in the Howl fight, so we're kinda gonna do that, but not really. In order to get the first keystone with Torch, you need to do this weird wall jump to get to the other side without losing Torch to the water, followed by this weirder wall jump that I somehow got first try to get the keystone. What I essentially did here was to spam Torch up/attack in order to hover to the other side. This will be our main movement option for some parts of the run. Like in here, when we use Oricopter to skip an area where double jump would normally be required in order to skip Howl. When we get to Ophr, we don't get Sentry yet. We buy Hammer because it's our only movement option for the entirety of Quolox Hollow. Funny thing, I actually didn't mean to get rid of Torch here, but I'm glad I did because now I can use Hammer.
To run, to run, to run, to run, to run.
If you don't know what I mean by Hammer is our only movement option, then these clips are what I mean. I decided to activate the Spirit Trial here because of the 1000 Spirit Light that I'll get. After getting Dash, we can just do the Spirit Trial and get 1000 Spirit Light. Before we do the beetle fight, we have to get to Ophir to buy the most broken thing in the game. With Sentry, we can just skip bosses and pretty much do anything. Let me give you the quick rundown of what I did there. I did an up hammer attack, then pressed Sentry right before Ori swaying the hammer. As you can see, this is pretty broken, so this will be the main movement option for most parts of the run. After that, we just make our way to the Bash tree as usual. You may be wondering, how do we get double jump? Well, we get double jump through Midnight Burrows. Right after I got Bash, I decided to go to Midnight Burrows because Wellspring things, and it will make torch movement easier and actually possible.
Hello again, it is me, your favorite Russian sugar baby lifestyle coach, makeup guru, supermodel, now also travel influencer, food connoisseur, wild animal whisperer, professional STEM.
The reason why we only can get double jump through here is because the other way is to get double jump through Spirit Edge, but Spirit Edge is locked behind Howl, and we need to keep Howl active for a huge reason. So, yeah.
Juanita lo mueve, Juanita, Juanita, Juanita lo mueve, Juanita, Juanita, Juanita lo mueve. Que mueve, menea, chiquihuit.
Congrats! You are now in an area that you were supposed to be earlier. How does it feel like breaking the game? Beautiful, right? Nothing really torch to shriek happens in this part of the run, so we're just gonna fast forward to be feeding grounds. If you don't want to go through the floor with Sorcerer, you can do this feeding ground skip with a mid-air hammer sentry jump. Once you get past the bone, it's home free from there. The only thing you really need to do now is to get Burrows.
Hi, I'm Kim Kardashian West, and something you might not know about me is that I'm a really good cook and I love to cook.
Because you skipped to the stealth section, you now can just roam free in the Shriek area while Shriek just eats there forever. And now that you have Burrow, you can also get to Willow's End early. Fortunately, launch isn't too hard to get.
Damn, Papa, you a rabbit, no comparing, and this motherfucking scary. Tryna keep him 'cause I found him, let her hold.
Because you did the feeding ground skip, you no longer need Seer to open the pathway to Willow's End, meaning you can just do Willow's End. You do Willow's End as normal, nothing really changes in that aspect. So now, let's finally activate the spirit well that's before the Shriek fight. Now, how do we get Torch? Well, before you do this, it is important that you have Bash Invincibility activated. You're gonna want to head over to Inkwater Marsh. You're gonna want to beat Howl in a race with all the movement abilities that you've gotten throughout the entire run. Once you get Torch, teleport out of the fight and to the Shriek Spirit well right before her fight. Congrats! You now have Torch right before the Shriek fight. There are 3 jumps you have to do first. Fortunately for us, the first jump is pretty straightforward. There are 2 ways to do the second jump, but I'll only explain one of them. It consists in doing a feather jump, then oricoptering to the wall to then get up, and then to get to the third jump. That jump is harder than it looks. The third jump is way easier than the second jump, but sadly, it's also the reason why we needed Bash Invincibility in the first place. So, you climb the left wall, and then you just oricopter to the platform. It's pretty straightforward. You have now just reached Shriek with Torch. I don't have a lot to say about the Shriek fight, but I will say one thing, and it's about her escape sequence. For some reason, there is an actual code in the game that makes you lose your torch whenever you burrow. No idea why this is a thing, but it apparently is. Just get on top of the burrow pillar with Bash Invincibility. The rest of the fight is pretty straightforward. Some close calls here and there.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man. They say a murder three. Strange things that happen.